Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris and Carly back with another exciting adventure along our ball python journey. And actually, this one's probably not so exciting.
Yeah.
You want to tell the folks what you found this morning whenever you opened Cutie's enclosure?
Yes, so I was getting ready for school this morning and I decided to look in their bins just to make sure they were doing good. And she had pooped in the back of her tub, and I guess she pooped there and then spread it everywhere, and it was disgusting.
Yeah. So we got that cleaned up, and then what?
And then my dad, he decided that she smelled so bad that we needed to clean
Well,
it.
we're going to clean it, right? So actually, we're about a month in. Actually, we're a couple days over a month in. Usually throughout the month, we just spot clean. Now, as you guys know or have seen in some previous videos, we've been using paper towels as a substrate. A couple reasons that we've been doing that. You remember what those reasons were?
If they have any mites.
Any mites. So it's a good way to check for mites. And what else? Respiratory infections, right? So it's an easier way to check for respiratory infections. Obviously, with the white paper towel, that's much easier to see if things are going on. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to transfer Cutie, at least. I'm not sure about Bubbles yet, but we're for sure going to transfer Cutie to a coconut substrate, so a coconut husk substrate. So it's actually Reptichip. We've actually got that kind of spread out in another enclosure. We'll show you after we get kind of done, but we've been spot cleaning throughout the month, but once a month we'll do a deep clean where we'll clean it out really, really good. We'll wash the hides, we'll wash the water dishes, and then and do it that way. Really nice deep cleaning once a month. So the reason I say I'm not sure about Bubbles just yet is I wanted to wait. We have higher humidity where we live, and so I wanted to wait because you can control the humidity a lot better with, at least I think, control the humidity a lot better with paper towels than the Reptichip. Cutie has shed, Bubbles has not. So we'll just kind of see. Also, Bubbles, since she seems to be a little bit more finicky as far as an eater for us, Cutie, I think, is going to eat no matter what. So I think, I don't know that this is going to cause a whole lot of stress for her. But what we're going to do today is we're going to wash the hide. Now, as you guys know, we've got the Exoterra hides, and God, this stinks. So she's pooped kind of in it, on it, around it, around the Exoterra hides. We've just got the little water dish in here. And we're actually going to give her a bath because she kind of wiped it all over the tub. So although Carla did a pretty good job of getting it cleaned off, it smells really bad. So we're going to get her in a new tub. We're going to use this just to give her a bath. So if you'll remember, this is what we actually brought him home in. Good reason to kind of keep one of these around. So we'll fill this, not very full. So, ball pythons are not necessarily an aquatic snake. So you just want to give them enough. She kind of messing around there. You just want to give them enough where we can get her kind of wet, get her kind of washed off, because we don't want, all that bacteria and poop on her that she might kind of have on her now. Looks like she's done a pretty good job of rubbing it off a little bit back in here. But nonetheless, so what we're going to do, we're going to cut real quick. We'll wash everything down, and when we come back, we'll kind of show you how we're bathing Cutie. What we'll do is we'll get this full and just kind of leave her in it. One of the things you want to make sure, if you're using an enclosed container, a Sterilite tub or something like that, make sure you have air holes in it. You want air to be able to go through. This is just one of those critter cages, so it's got plenty of ventilation at the top. We found the top, so there's no way she can potentially get out of it while she's in there. The water doesn't need to be hot, probably more of like a room temperature. So we're going to shoot for about 80 degree water. She's been in her hide, so we might go a little warmer just because she was in there. We're actually doing this on a Wednesday, so hopefully she'll have plenty of time by Saturday for any type of stress this may cause her to kind of dissipate. So we're going to go off. We're going to go ahead and get her in the bath. Go ahead and get these things washed, and when we come back, we'll show you how we're basically setting up the new tub. So see you in just a minute. All right, guys. So real quick, what we thought we would do. We want to keep an eye on Cutie while we're doing this. So we're going to go ahead and put her in here. So let's go ahead and stick her in there, Carly, and then get the lid. And we don't have, like I said, we don't have a ton. Get the lid. You're okay. You're okay. She's kind of freaking out a little bit. So when I tested the water here, it was just in the low 90s, which is where her hot spot is. So you can see she's kind of freaking out. It's okay. You're all right, sweetie. Not really sure what's going on with all this water, so we want to keep a close eye on her. What we'll do after we get done, we'll kind of just get her rinsed off, washed off a little bit. You can see I don't have a lot of water in there, right? I just barely have it kind of going up the side of her body there, just enough for her as she moves around to get some water on her, okay? So we'll come back and we'll finish up. So we've got her hide and we have her water bowl clean. Now, something to point out, these Exoterras, it does say whenever you get them that you're not supposed to wash them with soapy water. So we washed them with really hot water, and then we used our F10 disinfectant because they still kind of had a little bit of a tinge to them. Okay, so they still kind of smell a little tingy, but it's the best we've got right now. Okay, so Miss Cutie, so that probably took us about 10 minutes to get done. So what I want to do now, she's been kind of in this water. Hey, sweetie, what are you doing? So she's been in this water. As you can see, this is why you want to make sure you have a top. If I didn't have a top on there, she would be able to crawl out, right? So what I'm going to do now is just go in here. It's taken her a little bit to get used to it. She was really kind of apprehensive when we first put her in. You're all right, sweetie. She was really apprehensive, see? Really, and the water's really kind of cooled off. But you can see we've really gotten some nasty stuff off of her. So just gonna kind of wipe her down here. You're all right, you're all right. What we probably want to make sure we do next time is get a little bit warmer water. I don't know that this was quite warm enough. Now she's really kind of freaking out a little bit because I've got her up in the air, number one. She probably doesn't feel all that safe, and she's not liking the bath.
She's not warm. But
you can definitely see in here we've gotten some poop stuff off of her, which is good. You're all right, sweetie. Now Cutie is really, really good when being held. She's good in your hands. After she kind of warms up, it takes her a minute sometimes to kind of get going. You're all right, baby. But now she's looking pretty good. Don't see too many more marks on her there. Another good look at Miss Cutie there. She is a beautiful pied. We love her. So, we know Cutie's not a fan of the baths. So again, always learning experiences with your ball pythons. What they don't like. We know she's not a big bath taker, but she had some nasty poopies that we really needed to get off of her there. So you want to say hi to the camera? She is. Say hi to the camera. All right, guys. So we'll take you back upstairs now, and we will get her put back in her enclosure. All right, guys. So we are back upstairs. So we've got Miss Cutie here now. One of the things we've got, we're keeping her in the same size of enclosure right now. Now you've seen our rack. I'm gonna actually do an update video on the rack because we haven't actually done a video on the rack yet that we chose. But it's very versatile. You can put a few different size tubs in there. So what we'll do now, basically what I did before we started, I put the Reptichip in and I spritzed it down some. So it's not really dry, but it's not super moist either. So one of the things, like I said, we have a problem with here is higher humidity just naturally in the air. Although it is quite dry today, it was really hot today and quite dry. So again, in trying to not stress her out very much, we're putting her in the Reptichip. We're 3 days prior to feeding, so she'll have a full 3 days to kind of get used to it. Using the same Exoterra hide that she's used to, using the same water bowl that she's used to. We'll just get her acclimated to this. So just to kind of give you a quick idea of what it looks like in here. So again, same tub. We're just instead of the substrate that we had, we're going to use the paper towels. I'm sorry. We're going to use the coconut husk. So what we'll do now, guys, is we're going to go and we're going to do the same thing for Miss Bubbles. We're going to clean her stuff out. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to put her in the coconut husk just yet. Perhaps. Let's see how Cutie likes this coconut husk here. Oh, That's different, isn't it, sweetie?
You know.
So she's really kind of apprehensive going in here. Let's see. Let's watch this. So while in the previous with her paper towels, boy, she'd go right in. But it's a lot of new smells, and none of them are hers. But I want her. Let's turn her around over here so she can see. There's her hide. So we'll just watch her for a second and see. You can see she's breathing a little heavy, so things are okay. There we go. Now we're getting inquisitive. Okay, you see the tongue flicks. Maybe she's recognizing some things here, but just again, these are the things that we want to do. We want them on this Streptochip. It really helps, guys, with the with humidity control, but it really helps with the smell. And this coconut husk can really mask a lot of the smells. So. All right, well, it looks like she's feeling pretty good. So we're going to get her put up. We're going to get back over here, and we'll let Bubbles, we'll do the same thing. Probably won't do too much of an update video on that. It's really the same thing, just with a different snake, right? And so we're going to get her put up, get everything cleaned up. So Carly, what's a fun fact for today as we close this video out?
There's only a few reasons why you should give your snake a bath.
Yeah. So usually, and like I said, especially with ball pythons, not huge water animals. They'll sometimes, if they have a stuck shed, one of the ways is definitely you can put them in water like we did. Obviously, if they went through their poop, that's another good reason. But for the most part, these animals don't live in the water. In fact, you want to be very careful about the moisture and humidity in their enclosures. They can get scale rot. Neither of our girls are doing that. Look at that. She's coming out to say hi again to everybody. But I think this is going to work out really well for her. So very good fun fact, sweetie. And thanks, guys. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.